So the NBA Finals update is officially live inside NBA 2K Mobile. You can see there's a new Finals Frenzy where the final reward is a Arcane Crystal Magic Johnson. And there is also a Finals 2024 tourney, which allows you to get a chance to get a pair of legendary shoes. With the Finals update, you guys already know there's a brand new Finals theme. So let's get into the new card. In addition to the Finals theme, there's a new Arcane Crystal Courtside Pass. It is featuring Chet Holmgren at the power forward position. So we got a Chaos Diamond Payton Pritchard who has Gear Master. And I believe that the lowest rarity of each tier will have the Gear Master. That's what I've been seeing recently. And it does give you a reason to use these lower tier cards to grind your shoes. The next card is a Chaos Diamond Richard Jefferson who is craftable. We got a craftable Tim Hardaway Jr. kicking off the Zircon. We got a Sean Livingston who's craftable. Derek Wright who's craftable. We got a Horace Grant. That's a sleeper right there. We got a Josh Green who is craftable. Al Horford. We got a craftable Luka. Now this is also the same Luka from the playoffs team. He's been getting his power increase every round that they have been advancing. And now he has the finals team artwork as well, which is pretty awesome because I have this Luka on my second account. He's still craftable with the playoff collectibles. We got a Derrick Jones Jr. who's craftable, kicking off the Aquamarine. Drew Holiday. We got a PJ Washington, Purple Sapphire. We got a Joe Dumars who's craftable. Kyrie Irving, the same thing like Luka. He's been upgraded every round, and he now has the finals theme background. He is craftable with the playoffs collectibles. We got a Jason Tatum, who's craftable with the Eastern Conference playoff collectibles. So Jason Tatum, Luka, Kyrie Irving, and Jaylen Brown all got the finals upgrade. We got a Robert Parrish with the Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz Derek Lively, the second. He's craftable. We got a Gary Payton, the Jaylen Brown. I did share a sneak peek of this card. The Jaylen Brown, which I did share a sneak peek of this card on my community post. Stay tuned in for those as well. I've been dropping information on there during the week. We got an Arcane Crystal Dwight Howard. Now this is a solid card if you didn't get Best of the West Shaquille O'Neal or Kevin Garnett. We got a Kristaps Porzingis at the center position. Now this can be an incredible card. I'm very excited about this card because, you know, Porzingis is one of the best stretch bigs in his game. And he is a very good defender as well. We got a Patrick Ewing at the power forward position. Now that's kind of interesting. He is craftable. I think he will pair well with Kristaps Porzingis, which will be solid, right, for the Knicks fans. Y'all already know. And we got a John Havlicek and then Magic Johnson, who's the reward for the Finals Frenzy. So this team does have some gems and some great top tier players. But there are a lot of players that could be sleepers, right? I have to be honest, some of these players I have never used inside this game, so it should be interesting to see whether they're good additions to your team or not. So you can see the official announcement says Finals theme arrives Monday alongside new Frenzy mode and theme tourney, featuring Celtics and Mavericks players, plus legends that played in the finals, right? We already seen that, and we definitely saw that inside the theme. So the first event that they're announcing is the Tournament of Champions. So upon completing the Tournament of Champions, you could get a Kyrie Irving, a Jaylen Brown, and the Magic Johnson. And then the first weekly event is King of the Court. The first reward will be PJ Washington, then Robert Parrish, then John Havlicek. Now I know these are some older players, but John Havlicek is a pretty good player for your squad, especially if you don't have a solid Arcane Crystal small forward. He's really good. Do not sleep on him. As far as next week, the event is Power Cap. The first reward is Joe Dumars, who is a decent defender and playmaker. Gary Payton, who is a lockdown defender at the point guard position, and then Patrick Ewing at the power forward position, which should be interesting. You definitely got to pair him up with a stretch center that can shoot to be able to offset the fact that Ewing will be a power forward who stays in the paint majority of the time. Now, I know that some of y'all expressed some concerns over the weekend regarding the latest update. 2K did make an announcement acknowledging that. It says, we're aware of the issues some are experiencing with lag, loading times, and visual glitches after the new app update. They're working on fixes. So that's some information towards that, and a little PSA for the channel. I don't work for 2K. Their offices are closed on the weekends. If I'm answering your question and trying to help you out the best I can, giving you tips on how to submit a ticket, or giving you recommendations I think might work, then be respectful and courteous. Some of your comments was off the hook, and it's definitely not the way to go about things, especially when I'm trying to help you out. But some of the words y'all use, y'all got to be mindful, man. Don't talk like that in real life, because you can lose your job, you can lose relationships, you can lose friendships. Like, y'all got to chill out, man. It's a video game. It is not real life. Like, seriously. So enough with that PSA, because I got to drop some gems for y'all every now and then, because some of y'all ain't moving right, and that just got to stop. So back to the other announcements. There was one that was just released during my little PSA, so let's go into it. So it says Finals Frenzy time. The Shot Clock Challenge reward is a collectible to craft the Finals MVP, a top tier theme card that will drop in the catalog after Finals. In addition to free pack in Frenzy Shop and draft boards, you get tokens for the next 3 weeks via daily gift and streaks on NBA2KMobile.com, through the mini and main events, through the crew challenges started on Tuesday, bonus rewards in the last 3 rounds of the theme tourney, and drills. And then the finals of the theme tourney reward will give you 24 Shot Clock Challenge seconds in addition to legendary gear. Now, I also want to point out that the Shot Clock Challenge, the final reward, if you go inside the store, right, and I'll show you right now, it shows Derek Lively as the final reward. But when you actually go into the Shot Clock Challenge, you'll notice that there's also a Finals MVP token. Obviously, the Finals MVP has not been announced yet, right? The finals didn't even start. But once the Finals MVP is announced, there'll be an opportunity to use this collectible to craft the Finals MVP card, which will have special artwork, and more details will be coming out soon. As far as preparation for the upcoming events, I'm going to give you some tips because I know there are a lot of free-to-play players. And since I've been playing this no money spent account and grinding forward, I just hit Rose Quartz tier yesterday. I kind of have a good idea of what free-to-play players you can use for your lineups, right? Because I know that's something you guys have been asking for recently. So for the point guards, you should definitely be considering using the playoffs Luka. He's also craftable in the event that you didn't get a chance to get the playoffs card before. And at 347K, it's a pretty decent card still. So the first event is going to be King of the Court. But with King of the Court, the way it's set up is you got to use your best team. And that's your best team, including your abilities, right? You want to be able to get the most power for that squad when you go into the event, because you're going to get paired up against really tough teams. If you did grind the Gauntlet event over the weekend, you definitely want to be using the Oscar Robertson at point guard. If you're not using the Oscar Robertson, then you want to use the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from the playoffs edition. But in order to use this Shai, you need to also use the Chet Holmgren. Those two players together with their power bonus will put you in a really good spot for the event. If you don't want to use that duo, there's another combination that I personally still use, and that's the Aquamarine LeBron James at point guard. When you pair this LeBron James up with 2 other Western Conference players, he gets a 15% power increase, which is crazy. Still makes him a really viable card to use. Another card you could consider using is the Damian Lillard Playoffs Edition. When you pair him up with 2 other Eastern Conference players, Dame gets a 15% power increase. So those are the best combinations to use for the point guard position. Now there's 2 more players that you could use as well, but you got to use them purely for pick and roll plays. They're not good spot up shooters. So you can use Wolf Frazier and pair him up with 2 other Eastern Conference players, or you can use Tony Parker and pair him up with 2 other Western Conference players. As far as shooting guard, if you do decide to go with Luka, you got to use Kyrie, right? The duel gives both of them a 20% bonus, which is huge. It's very similar to the bonus that you're going to get with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, and the bonus that you will get with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Joe Dumars is an event reward, but to get a power bonus for him is going to be very tough because you got to pair him up with 3 other Detroit Pistons cards. That's a tough one, right? Because you got to use Isaiah Thomas. You're going to have to use Bill Laimbeer. And aside from that, maybe a Grant Hill. But those are not like really the best options to use inside the game. So using Joe Dumars might just make sense to use him for power cap, and that's about it. You already know Jordan is a viable option, but he has prime players. So the only boost he will get if he is the highest power player on your team. So you have to make sure that Jordan is the highest power, and if you could, throw a mentor him to make him even more powerful. You could use Ray Allen because he has that Eastern Conference loyalty bonus, and you can use Dwayne Wade as well to get that power bonus with the Eastern Conference. Jerry West gets a power bonus when you pair him up with 2 other Western Conference players. And the reason why I'm highlighting the ability so much is because that's how you get the advantage for these events. For small forward, again, you want to use Jaylen Brown with the Jason Tatum at the power forward position, or you can use the Black Mamba Kobe Bryant from the Shot Clock Challenge, especially since he gets an extra bonus for Gauntlet, Domination, or King of the Court. Power forward, this is the Jason Tatum I've been talking about, or you can use the Kawhi Leonard at the power forward position, which is incredible too. Now for center, if you got the courtside pass Wemby, definitely a good option to use. If not, Kevin Garnett is a solid option. or Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, especially since you get a 15% boost when you pair him up with 2 other Western Conference players. And last but not least, Chet Holmgren, pair him up with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, gives you the dual bonus. Definitely a solid pairing to use for the upcoming event. I'll show you a combination of players to use for the upcoming event, and you'll see what their power is. So this team here is around 532,000. So check out this combination here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the Chet Holmgren, and then we want to take advantage of the Western Conference bonus. So we threw in Paul Gasol, we threw in Kobe Bryant, and we got Michael Jordan with the prime player ability. This team power is higher than my other team, right? So y'all get the point. If y'all appreciate this type of breakdown, let me know in the comment section. I will keep it going for everything that comes out. And definitely stay tuned in, folks. We got pack opening coming out for the finals theme. It's going to be crazy as usual. But stay tuned in for that. And we also released a video for the full court press pack opening as well. So definitely check that out. As always, I appreciate the support. I will catch everyone in the next one. Stay ballin'.